Welcome traders, welcome back to the live session for NFP week, another trading day. Looking at the market, we had just a couple of minutes ago a trade here, and we are looking forward to have another trading day. Past week was pretty volatile, and this week as NFP we can expect an increased move in the market. We can see there is a sudden bounce here from the 4-hour 20 EMA, which is also the daily support retest. I'm going to do a full multi-time frame analysis once all the members are here. Ready everyone for another trading day. We can see the market is getting a rejection from this 20 EMA to the upside here, and let's start another trading day. And before I start this, make sure guys you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. So what we can see here on Xauusd, this is a pretty stronger bull market here, and we saw that there was a breakup structure early on Xauusd from this level, and then the market started to drop in that zone. So currently, after retest of this 20 EMA from the 4-hour, we can see that there is a rejection to the upside, and that rejection, if you closely look at it, you can see that pushing the price back to the upside. As if you look at the daily, we can see the market has tested the daily high and then has got rejection to the daily low. Pretty a bullish move early and then break below later. So let's first of all look at the full analysis now. FX Gold, welcome. Patience, hi coach, welcome. Justin, Kevin, just Kevin. Oh, just hello, welcome to the live session. And here guys, the key is to look for first of all the overall direction or bias before we look for any entry in the market. So looking at first of all daily chart. Now daily chart is quite important, as on the daily time frame we are able to see that overall direction in the market. Now if you look at here, we can see that this is the daily price action with this inverted head and shoulder, a complete bounce on the daily followed by this pullback with a bigger drop here, and then we can see from here another potential bounce back to the upside in that area. Now what we can see here in this market from the daily, this is the daily impulsive move to the upside from this double bottom, and a big move back to the upside with this double bottom. And as the market has got that bounce from this level on the daily, here is the previous daily price action from this resistance line, a big drop back below. And what we can see here in that area, the market from this resistance line has got that rejection back to the downside today. From this resistance line has got that rejection, expecting that Xauusd to come back down here to create a new lower low. So far we can see that there is a rejection from the top. Now if you look at these lows here, we can see the market on the support level, and looking at the 4-hour chart here, where the market, if you look at the 4-hour, you can see early was a bounce followed by rejection back to the support followed by another move. So the market is here forming series of lower high and lower low. So the question is either this market now to drop further below or to bounce back again in the major direction of the trend. So that's what we will be looking at in this live session, to see either to go long or short. So far we can see that there was a downtrend here in this zone, followed by a long wick rejection to the upside, and that candle from this 20 EMA area having that rejection back to the downside. Now looking at the 1 minute chart here, and what you can see in this area, this is the 1 minute price action, and to see either this market is bearish or this market is bullish. That's what we are looking to see in this zone here. Now from the daily, if you look at the daily here, daily level is quite significant. This is the daily support, and from this daily support, okay, so if you look at, the market has broken below the daily support here from this level, and for me, I think the bias is still for short term could be towards the upside. As if you look at here, you can see from this support level the market has broken below. We could see that potentially a push back to the upside here in that area. So looking at the 4-hour chart here, the market tested the 20 MA, and we'll see that if this is having another push back to the upside. Looking at the 1 hour, this is the 1 hour price action where 39 minutes remaining for this candle to close. I would like to see that this is an important support here, as from the 4-hour chart, this is support. We saw that big bounce in that area, followed by the market has dropped to that level, and we could see that another potential bounce back to that from that zone. So looking at the lower time frame, that we can see from the 5-minute chart and the lower time frame, we can see the market after this inverted head and shoulder, the price is potentially pushing back up. We can see the market is here in this area. This is where the market creating series of higher high and higher low, which is in an uptrending market structure. Now looking at daily again, this is a daily doji. A possibility for another bounce is higher in this area, and that's what we are looking at to see in this market. This is where you can see this is the 5 minutes price action, as there is a breakout. Would like to see either this is going back up to the neckline again or no. So there is a neckline. If we look at here in this area, and with this neckline, okay, so looking at the 1 minute, so looking at the 1 hour and the 4 hour, so there is a possibility for a short-term move back to the upside. You see there is a clean breakout at the moment, so that might bring that price back to the upside. We could look for entry, but it became very fast move, so we are waiting for the market to possibly to give us that further entry opportunity here in this area. So here is the market. We can see that from this support level has got that bounce back to the upside. This is a key level of resistance. Looking at the lower time frame, and here is we can see the market is in this area having an organized uptrend. So you can see there was a sideways movement, and the market is forming series of higher high and higher low, and with that series of higher high and impulse correction. So you can see that impulse correction, and you can see the market is another impulse, and with that impulse back to the upside in this area, that is where the price is potentially would like to see that it's breaking below for another support retest, and then to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high here. So now here we can see the price slowly from this high, it's slowly trending in that direction here to this support level. Okay, so if it is coming here for another retest, we can look for potential buying opportunity in this market, as it is a bull market in this area. So we'll see that how the price is evolving, and based on that we can look for entry opportunity. So you can see the lower time frame from the 5 minutes chart. This is showing that bullish. Now looking for a possible entry. So what we can see here, this is where the market is having that trend, a move, pullback, and we can see another move, and the market is here coming for potentially another drop. And so to find an entry, if you look at the 4-hour here, so far a very sharp drop, and because there is a rejection here, if we look at, and I will be placing a pending order, guys, here. Now if you look at here, you can see that the market has made a move and is again completely rejected back in the downside. So we'll be placing a buy stop. If the market push back up again from this level, we will be in the trade. Though we see that there is a very sharp rejection from the top from the 5 minutes. Let's see if this price is coming here for another retest from the daily. We see the price is broken below that level, so it may potentially come back for another weak fill. But if it is going back to the upside here, if you look at, you can see this is the 15 minutes price action, very sharp long wick rejection here. Now that long wick price may lead that price back below, but if it goes up again for another retest, we will be on the trade. So the 5 minutes, a very sharp break below, which is complete change of direction. So 4-hour, a complete break below. Now here we'll be placing a pending order above this area. So looking at here in this area, so we'll be placing pending order 3352.19 buy stop. So placing buy stop at 3352.19. So stop loss placing at 3348.65 and TP target at 3359.59. So this is the buy stop that placing here, and for a possible move. So you see that here, placing the buy stop. So you're placing a buy stop here at 3352.19. So place buy stop at 3352.19, stop loss at 3348.65, and take profit target setting at 3359.59. So you place the buy stop here. If the market is pushing up, then we will be in the trade. As the prices drop to that support, we may see a possible rejection, and here if the price push back up, we are targeting 74 pip in that area. If the market trend back down, then probably we'll see that here downtrend or the bearish move in this market. So here's what you can see, that the price is having a possible reaction. Let's wait to see what kind of price action, what kind of market structure is forming. So the trade entry and triggered. The trade triggered, and you can see that we are running in profit. We got entry, and I hope that guys you are also with me. We got an entry and expecting it to push back to the upside. Are you guys with me? So the trade is active, and in the meantime guys, if you are enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up. I would appreciate if you like this stream. I see likes is less, so will be helpful if you smash it to the same as view, and we can see we are on the trade which is running in profit here, and want to see that going back up, as we see that as soon as the triggered, it has gone to profit target, profit zone, not profit target yet, waiting to hit back to the upside. As we see, there is a rejection here. Are you guys with me? So we are running in with this trade, 30 pip profit running. Would like to see that going back up for the full, while we see the market trying to push back down in that area. And now so you can see some rejection where after 30 pip more, it's getting again. Cool. It's pushing back to the upside here, and that's a bullish rejection. Now let's see if we were holding it or running it. The 5-minute candle closed with a bullish engulfer in this area, which is possibly to return back up and expecting it to trend back to the upside here, as this is a liquidity grab here, sharp liquidity grab, wanting to see that it's pushing again one more rejection to the upside. Are you guys with me? Here, as you can see, the market was forming series of higher low, grab the liquidity, expecting it to return back up again, and we see that it's pushing in that direction, which is in our favor to see so far. And come on, got a rejection again. Would like to close in profit here. We see that again pushing up, right? So this is the 1-minute price action. So far bullish. There's another 1-minute candlestick pattern which is closing as a bull candle. Are you guys enjoying the trade? We are running in profit at the moment, and which is around 43 pip running profit. I will be giving a shout out if I'm closing, as the market is on the side, so we don't want to see this reversing from such a big profit. Now here is after this retest is pushing back to the upside. Okay, so I'm going to take the profit right now. I will explain later. I'll explain later why, because guys, I'm out with this profit with around 32 pip, is because if you look at the 1 minute, it may still continue to rise, but what we see that here there's a 1 minute candle which is long wick at the top. The candle closed below this resistance, so you may see that potentially deeper pullback that might lead that price, because we have very tight stop loss here. And if you look at here, you can see this is a resistance where liquidity grab, and also this is a resistance where there is a liquidity grab. And because this is a very sharp area, it is possible for the market to have one more rejection back to the downside here in this market. So therefore we are out with the trade, we are with the profit, and we will be looking for further entry opportunity as soon as we will find that. And this is how we would like to see that the next trade also coming with potential profit. What you can see here in this area, that the market here is the price after rejection. We can see the market has got that reaction back to the downside. Now what we are seeing in this area, that the price to potentially, you can see it's getting that rejection again, so that's why we are out, is it may try to pull back further. If you guys look at it, you can see this is a very significant price action in this area, where the price, if you look at here, this is a long week, and there is a rejection here. We may see that this market to potentially as this is a rejection from this very important support, where there is a, you can see here the price has tested this low and then rejected back to the upside again. So looking at the here with this big rejection to the upside, as the price slowly creating a series of higher low, you may see the price to potentially push back up here again. But are you guys ready for another entry possibly? And I would like to see a feedback on the live chat. Thank you for joining the live session, and let's look at that. Welcome. With profit, I follow the trade entry. Welcome. And resistance is 3356. Yes, awesome, very sharp, coach. Yeah, that's what you know, that finding an entry, it's a daunting task, that I know. Okay, so because in trading it is easy just to enter, but finding a right entry is crucial, and that's why the let's understand the strategy, let's understand the education, which is very important. You see that where did I place the pending order, why did I place there, right? What's the strategy behind it? Now if you look at this breakdown here, right, so you see that from here it's a complete break below to this support level, right? So it's a key support area. So you can see that support here, support here, support here, and also support here, which is a very key support area. And because there is a complete breakdown in that area with this strong rejection to a very important key level of support, we saw that the market has made its move back to the upside with that support rejection from the support, and that's where we have entered into the trade, because since the price has hit a very important key level with a longer impulse and has got that rejection back up again, this is where the probability for this market to return back again to the upside here. And with this long wick rejection that you can see from here, okay, and it's maintaining that series of higher low here, we may see the market to potentially move back up again to create a new higher high in this area. So when we see that, see that red candle here, 5 minutes, we saw that a complete break of structure, and after a complete break of structure, after this such a big drop, we see the market has trend back up again, right? So we can see the market after this such a big drop, okay, the market has made its move back to the upside with a sharp rejection to the direction. So that is where we saw the market made its move back to the upside, and we see that with this movement it's still maintaining that series of higher low, and therefore we can see the price to potentially trend back up again to create a new higher high. So there is an also, you can see that here triple bottom, and which can be considered a possible short-term reversal, because the market has bounced from the daily support. The market has got that rejection from a daily support. Now how the price is getting reacting to this level is important to see. Probably we might be able to see possible selling opportunity in the upcoming session once we see the price has done that enough pullback. So let's wait to see that. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day in this live session. Let's do that as well as every single day on the channel. If you haven't liked yet, and if you haven't smashed the like button, and also if you haven't subscribed yet, I would highly encourage you to do so. we see the market is in fact pushing back in that direction to the upside to potentially create a new higher high. So here understanding, when you know that exactly when to enter, you always had a bigger edge in the market. So entering into the right time is the key to have a high winning rate or bigger trade. Both, it's crucial to enter from a level that is important, especially daily support, 4-hour support, intraday support, and the daily support, where in the past the buyers or sellers were interested to buy or sell. Right now, key that, guys, is that in the past, right, we more often ignore the past. Okay, in fact, past repeats. And if you see that the market here in the past, there was a pretty strong breakout from that level, and we can see the same level, strong breakout, and again whenever the price is coming to that level, it's pushing back to the upside and also maintaining a series of lower high, which is a sign of potentially coming back later. So as the market is combination of people's belief, right? So that's why past is important. What happened in the past is likely to happen, right? That's what more often it happens. So as the price has rejected from that area of value, we see that from that level the price has got that rejection again with a long wick candle. Now, how do you identify these kind of areas? I'm gonna explain now a very important clue. Let me delete this one here. We are successful on this trade. Now let's understand that how do you know that the market is in fact in an important area of value? Let's understand it. Daily chart here, you can see. Let me give you a very important clue. This is applied to any currency pair, in gold, in crypto, in anywhere, right? So you can apply this. Are you ready to take that clue? Before I progress further, guys, if you guys are enjoying the live session, I would appreciate if you smash it. I hope that the session is going very well and we had a successful trade. Let's find another one. Thank you for the likes, and when you like, YouTube algorithm likes it. Now when you see on a particular day, we are talking about the daily. Always I combine the daily with the lower time frame. It's important that you always combine the daily with the lower time frame. You will see that everywhere you will see there is only one time frame looking at. Only here in this channel you will see that I'm switching from time frame to time frame, time frame to time frame, because here within the candle, right, candle within candle, that's where the secret. Because only if you look at the one time frame, you're gonna be in puzzle, right? You will not be able to understand how the market is moving. Always look at the bigger picture and the smaller picture. Look at from the top, you'll see that everything is insignificant, isn't it? It's a practice. Some people do that. It's called the negative visualization. So you go up, look from the top and see all the things, buildings, cars, mountains look very smaller, right? So that's called the when it becomes insignificant. When you make it insignificant, what happens? You actually dropping the importance of the things that we think that very important, right? So which helps to get on track. Keep in mind, guys, that when you place too much importance on something, it becomes very difficult to achieve. That's how the energy works, that universe work. Okay, so anything you place to high importance, you actually place on a higher altitude with a higher potential energy. That requires difficult to achieve, because every human, we all have a certain understanding, and what you are placing anything important, then which is called putting on pedestal, it's gonna be difficult for you to reach or to gain, is because of that reason. So if you look at the market, all right, so always look at from the very bigger perspective, higher time frame, and then scale down to the lower time frame. So if you look at the daily here, you see there is no noise, right? It's a simple, easy. There is no noise. Now what you can see on the daily time frame, the previous daily candle is a red bear candle, right, in this area. Now today's candle, so far the market tested the lower shadow and then has got the rejection. So the clue is that when you see a daily candle open, right, so a daily candle open and then has gone in one direction, you can note down, daily candle open has gone in one direction, a little extended, and then has come back to the again daily opening and closing. Now if that initial move is in the direction of the trend and the market has returned back again where it has started, very high chance the market will have another bounce, especially if that level is tested by a long wick candle or a longer rejection candle. That's the key. Let me give you a clear practical example of that. Let's say the market is trending like this daily candle, creating series of higher high and higher low, bullish trend, right? Now what happened, one daily candle open like this here, right? So if you look at here, so all those daily candle, all those are bullish. You can see that it's a bull market. Now here one candle open, this is the daily price, and the market has gone up throughout the day, and in the middle of the day the price has dropped again to that support. Now what happened, it's a long-term bull market that you can see already there is a daily series of higher high and higher low, and then the price has dropped to that. On the same day the market has moved up in the direction of the trend and then has dropped to that daily where it had started its move. That's where the opportunity, because the chances for this market to bounce back up is very high, especially on the lower time frame. Now when you're looking at, this is the daily chart, right? If you're looking at the lower time frame, looking at the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes, when you look at the lower time frame here, so what you can see in this area, that lower time frame price action, right? Let's look at the lower time frame now. Now here is what happened, that the price has dropped to that daily support, okay, dropped to the daily important support. The market has made its move back to the upside, right? So that's where a big move happened and the price consolidated, pushed back to the upside again, and which is a key level that you can see. Now when you see that the price moved in one direction in the same day and dropped to the daily low or daily support, there's a chance for moving again where it initially moved. That's the key. I hope that guys you're enjoying understanding the technique or the important points to look at when you are opening position. Now why it is important to know that proper entry, right? So you'll find throughout the day many entries, but the high probability entry where you can find the bigger trade, because when you're right in your approach in such an important level, such an important move, you can take the trade, your trade to the next level very easily. So looking at the 4 hour here, again the price tested the 20 EMA and then has got the rejection back to the upside, right? So then now with this movement, if you look at the daily, you can see from here pretty strong bounce, and let's wait to see the 4 hour closing in 1 hour and 5 minutes. This is the 1 hour candle here, okay? So you can see that this is where the 1 hour bullish candlestick pattern formation. Would like to see the market to trend back down and then to return again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So let's wait to see. Now let's look at that here on this would like to see the potential move. Now for the next entry that we can see here in this market, if you guys look at it, you can see that the market is in fact has got that rejection back to the upside. Now for further entry opportunity, as if you look at here 4-hour candle, this is what you're looking to see. Now in this 4-hour time frame, as the market approaching that an important resistance line, if you look at here, the question is this market now going back up to create a new higher high, or it's again pushing down here? What's your opinion? I would like to ask you guys as a poll. Let me post a poll here. What's your opinion on gold? Do you think that it's gonna break 3373 level to the upside, or it's gonna push back down? What's your opinion on gold? Let me ask you the poll, as a pretty important day, isn't it? So coming up, this is NFP week, guys. We have pretty volatile week coming up. NFP week is where you'll see that the market has highest amount of volatility. So looking at as of today, so you see that 45 minutes later, there will be CAD news. We see 10:15 p.m. ADP non-farm employment change has come to be 37k, which was way less than the forecast. So that has given some kind of momentum. That's why you saw the market has gained that momentum, grabbed the liquidity, and that's where we found that proper entry. Now also in just a matter of an hour, we will see that coming up, ISM service PMI, which is very important high impact news, followed by so with the ISM service PMI, and then main refinancing rate, monetary policy statement, and unemployment claims, which is coming tomorrow on euro. So today ISM service PMI, which is a very important news coming. We can see that that we will see in an hour. We'll see that in an hour coming up, that news. At the moment in this area here, this is a middleman here, which is a very sharp rejection on the 15 minutes on gold. So the question is the market having still bias back to the upside, or again dropping down for another lower low here? So what's your opinion? Start poll. Okay, so I have to edit that. Didn't see anything. Okay, let me start a poll. So what's your opinion on XAUSD? Is it breaking the daily high? That means that 3373. Breaking the 3373, or number two, or you think that it's coming below here. So today's low E here, okay, which is the 3343. So I posted a poll here, and let me know, guys, what's your opinion on that. So thank you, welcome, Ms. Finn. Can you see it? What returns are difficult to say. Most likely continue up. Who? Gilbert. Okay. Anyone different view? May consolidate until NFP. There might be, but we have seen a bigger range. So the question is, even if it is consolidating, we still have a high and low on the daily, right? So this is the daily high, this is the daily low. Now from this level here that we see where the price is, what's your view on that? It's gonna go back up, it's gonna coming down for the next 4 hours. Yep, little drop we need, little drop. Okay, test higher high, still bullish. Okay, so here it's on a zone where there is an, you can see there is a consolidation in this area, which is a interesting consolidation. And in that consolidation, okay, the market dropped from that consolidation and then push back to the upside here. Therefore, if we look at this market where there is a, with this consolidation here, okay, the market has broken below and bounced back to the upside. So it's on a, if you look at here, you can see this is a smart money area where smart money is sold. The market dropped to that level. Now if the price is getting that rejection from here, we might see that most likely to reach that daily high, because in this one, this is an imbalance in the market, and which could be right. So it is possible to have another bounce back to the upside, right? So to see that possibility, we would like to wait for the market to appear, right? So which is an important level. You can see that we would like to see the market to show price action confirmation for this potential move back to the upside. Are you guys ready for that? And we will see that once we see that full price action confirmation, we can look for entry. Until that, let's wait to see. Patience is key, as I always mention in this live session. Trading psychology is very important. You know, you can have a losing trade, you can have a winning trade. The most important point is to remain patient, not deviating from the strategy, right? So when you have winning trade, you are well, we all well, but when you have a losing trade, let yourself accept the fact that there could be losing trade, and because there could be losing trade, it's okay. You need to always think of growing your account consistently, and don't expect that all trade will be winner. it's trading, right? Sometime you'll have that losing trade, and when you have the losing trade, it's not about the winner, it's about the loser, right? So how you are handling that losing is important, because as we always discuss, emotion plays a vital role in trading, right? So you need to check your fear, greed. These are the two primal emotion that governs the trading. Don't be too greedy, don't be too fearful on your trading. That's the key. Now, how can you maintain that emotional resilience that I say always? Resilience, you see that there is always, and wording is important, right? You can't control emotion, you have to be resilient to it. That means there is a big difference between controlling emotion and being resilient to it. There is a big difference. When you control emotion, you actually pushing that down to increase it later coming up. Emotion will never ever be controlled. So we see that, Carl Jung once said that unless you make unconscious into conscious, your life will always will be ruled by that unconscious. We think that, okay, we don't want to go to that too much stuff thinking about it, but in fact it manifest must, unless you make that conscious and let it flow through. Okay, so when you become resilient emotionally, you are letting the emotion flow through. Okay, that means being aware of the emotion that playing out in your trading, and then choose consciously not to be dictated by that emotion. That's how you become resilient over time. And that's why this live session that I more often talk about, live session is very important, because when you look at the live session, if you're watching the live session, you're gonna more and more become resilient, right? Because we are opening position, you're listening to the live session, you're seeing that in the live market, this is only the place in this entire world you can find live trading, right? No one is gonna show their trading strategy, no one in this world. So here there is an opportunity. Okay, so make sure guys you take the full advantage of by knowing how to trade, by learning how to trade, and also patiently waiting till the end so that you can get full understanding of all the details that we are discussing in this live session. Now we can see that the market slowly, in fact, breaking back to the upside, and that's where the potential for further bullish move. Okay, so you can see the market showing up to be potentially bullish here. Now 1 hour chart here, you can see the market I think we may see possible upside bias. It's coming up in 40 minutes. There is a very high impact news, and so daily high is here, today's high, and Now if we see that, as you can see, it's from a long week candle. Now possibility for a break back to the upside is higher, and this is a support level. Okay, so with that support, I'm looking to see further entry. Here is 1 minute bullish engulfer forming, which is a possibility for trend continuation here. Now with a bigger bullish impulsive move here with this bullish engulfer formation on the 1 minute chart on Xauusd, we could look for that further entry here, and so this is a liquidity grab here, which is a liquidity candle. There is another one is potentially forming, and the only thing here is there is a very stronger rejection resistance here, and that stronger resistance might try to push that price back, but we see the price is here in this area getting sharply rejection. So until we see clear move, we'll be waiting for the market to show its hand. We'll be waiting to see that to happen, and would like to see the market coming down and giving us that entry opportunity. Now we can see the market is in this area having that the rejection back, so you see a 15 minutes candle closing as a doji. So from the 4-hour, if you look at this, is the 4-hour resistance, and from this 4-hour resistance getting another potential rejection, with this 15 minutes doji. Sell areas where, why do you say this? No, so what I was explaining is that this is the not this live session. What I was telling, that only the live session in this platform where you can see that real trading, right? So for example, if you go to anywhere to learn, there is nowhere you can learn trading, right? So you can't learn trading anywhere except in this platform where you can see the live trading, where you can see how the trade is being executed. So if you look at where, if you want to go and see the professional traders trading, right, institutional traders trading, you won't find anywhere, right? So institutional trader will never show you their strategy, how they are trading. Banks will not show you. So this is where in this platform the traders have the opportunity to see how other traders are trading. So this is what I try to explain. Not saying that I am only showing the strategy. Definitely there are many others doing, some of them even better than me, so that's okay. So the point here is to learn and grow as a trader and going forward by being good at it, right? So the main aim of this live session is to help the traders, so that you guys, and also sharing together. Also I'm getting help, okay? So sometime I learn many of the things that from the members, from the subscribers, so which is we are trading community, supporting each other, learning from each other. I hope that makes sense. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you give a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Awesome. So here is, we can see that a break below and then pushing again back up to the upside here. So here is where it's now trying to push back up. Once we see that possible entry, we will be entering into the trade. And also let's understand what kind of data coming on CAD, coming VOC rate statement and overnight rate, both of them important for CAD, that will have some influence on dollar, and because then 15 minutes later coming up ISM service PMI. So ISM service PMI, which is coming up in a couple of minutes, so let's wait to see that. Now here is what we can see, that news could give that the market to potentially pushing back to the upside. We'll see that. And in addition to that, guys, that we discuss about the live session, this live session is of course unique for all of us. The way I trade the strategy that I use, okay, is unique because this is an original strategy that you can see all the knowledge gained through experience. The true knowledge comes from experience. I spend hours, thousands of hours time in front of the chart to see how the live market moves, right? And if you look at my analysis and the way I trade, you will not find anywhere similar to, because I trade based on three backbones of the market, right? So you'll see that no indicator, nothing else, pure three fundamental factors: market structure, which is understanding the trend, where the order flow coming, liquidity, and the price action, right? So these are, now when you look at the chart, let's understand what do you see here. What do you see? Nothing, right? Only candlestick pattern. That's only the visible information that we have in the chart. And what is happening on the other side between the buyers and sellers is being represented by these green and red candles. And in fact, there are very, very important information that we can see, and that's crucial to become an informed, better trader. Right? So Forex Wizard here is where you will find the smart money trading. And since we begin from very, very early, okay, if you guys go back to the live session, you'll see how the trading psychology, understanding of the trade, and I hope that the sound is working well. Thank you. All right, cool. Thank you. Okay, very good. Thank you. Now, Sheshish Mandal, please continue. Nowhere in the world I find on live. You can search 1000 live session on YouTube. You'll find 1000. Why you can't find anywhere in the world? There are plenty. The most important here is which one you're gonna choose, right? Choosing is very important. What you're gonna choose, what kind of strategy you want to learn when you are trading, which is very important. Now, there are two major factors when you are using a strategy: implementing the strategy and carry it along. These are two very important. So it's the way, if you look at, okay, if you guys imagine that you want to win the race, you have the best sports car in the world, but you don't know how to drive it. You're not gonna do it, right? At the same time, you are 10 times champion, but you are riding your grandfather's car. Also, you're not gonna win. Is because you have to combine the strategy, education, analysis tools along with who is implementing the strategy. When you can combine and fuse together, that's where you're gonna get the results that you need as a trader. So, and that's why if you want to be a trader, or if you are becoming a trader, then the first thing is to look for the long-term success. Don't, short-term gratification will not take you anywhere. Looking at the long-term success is the key, right? So looking for bigger picture, as I mentioned earlier. Think of 3 years, 5 years time, so that you can become an informed, profitable trader who can make your own trading decision by yourself. Right, so sound is good. Okay, thank you very much. All right, now here is we are 4-hour chart. You can see there is a rejection from here with a long week 20 EM, a retest of this 4-hour chart. Got that rejection back to the upside here. Now looking back in that area here, and this is the 1-hour bullish candle followed by a doji, and here is the 15 minutes with a long wick doji followed by another doji. And now what we can see here in this area, with this bigger impulse correction, we may see further impulse, and that's what we will be looking for entry. Just we have 20 minutes to go for one news, and then in 30 minutes time coming up ISM service PMI, we will be able to see that potentially further entry once we see the market prepared for that move back to the upside. Now looking at here, again 4-hour chart that we are looking at. In addition to gold, also we can look at the euro dollar. We are on a trade. Euro dollar also showing possible trend in this market. If you look at the euro dollar, we can see this market also trending. Euro dollar also showing that bullish market structure here. Coming back to gold, once we see that other currency pairs giving us entry, we can look for, and it's rotatingly coming back to this daily support on Xauusd. Now you see that more often I look at the multi-time frame analysis. Is there is only one reason, is because when you look at the multi-time frame, you see especially what is the relationship between the lower time frame and the higher time frame, right? So understanding that relationship is very important, so that you know that there is always a correlationship, right? So how we think, act also relate to how we experience outer reality. In the same way, there is always a relationship with the higher time frame and the lower time frame, right? So how we see on the higher time frame, we will see that the lower time frame movement will always be governed by the higher time frame. So that's why if you look at the daily here, you can see higher time frame, the market has dropped from that level to the daily support, and we saw that there was a rejection. That's where we have entered the early trade, and it has worked out to be in that direction. So that is why multi-time frame is key, always to look at higher time frame, lower time frame. Even if sometime you need to switch multiple times, that is okay, because that's how you can keep understanding the market. Okay, so here it is consolidating in this area, and series of lower high formation. Okay, we can see the market is maintaining that series of lower high, and there is a resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and also resistance here, which is a series of lower high. And with this series of lower high, okay, with a bigger impulsive move back to the upside, okay, so here slowly it's trying to break above, and once we see the market manage to break the high, we can look to enter. So with an impulse, the market in a sideway in that area, so it's formed a head and shoulder in this area. If you look at, you can see this is a head. Okay, so that head and shoulder more often could be a bearish pressure here. Right, so there are two-way possibility for the market to continue to trend down. One probability, okay, continue to trend down to the 4-hour support again. The other probability is to revert back again. Now, in a way, the market structure has formed here. It is bear market in this area at the moment, in this area. But if it breaks above, that's where you'll see potentially to move back to the upside. Now, for us to sell or buy, would like to see price action confirmation. With this pretty strong rejection from the top, now this is a very interesting here. You can see this is a one big bullish candle, followed by immediate red rejection, followed by one green bullish, followed by another immediate bigger rejection back here to the downside in this market. So now on the daily support, the market is in, and with this daily support, okay, the market is forming series of higher low. So from this support level, trying to push back up. We can see that from this support level getting a rejection. So with that being said, here what we can see on the lower time frame, the market from this resistance line has got sharp rejection back below, and if we look at the 1 hour price action here, we can see that it's a sideways market from the 1 hour, not a strong trend, a little sideways. Okay, so you can see that from the 1 hour, a huge bounce early on Asian session, and the market has dropped from that level, and the price again is moving back again, trying to break below. So respecting this resistance line here in this area, this is a significant level of resistance. Respecting that resistance, the market breaking below. Now having some rejection from this level, from this order block, and we can see here is a multiple long wick candle in this area. This is a very interesting trending market structure that you can see here with a sharp rejection, and this market may break below or may break above. Both direction possible because it's in a here in a downtrend, so still the market to possibly come back down to fill that zone, or going back up again to the upside here. trending down here in this area, and with this downtrend, the market slowly pushing down, and we may see that possibly the market breaking that support level here. So we can see that 30 minutes price and 15 minutes and the lower time frame. So we are seeing in 15 minutes time coming up that high impact news. So the news could take the price back to the upside or could drop back down. So this is what we're looking to see, which one potentially to playing out here in this area. And we can see that from here a big bear candle followed by another bear candle, another bear candle, now here another bear candle. So every time the market approaching that level, getting a rejection, and with a multiple rejection that we can see the price to potentially drop back to that support level here in this area. So looking for a trend continuation pattern, as if I look at the bigger picture here, you see that there is only one move that we have taken in a couple of minutes ago, and with that one move that we saw, there is only one move that we have closed the trade. So further we haven't seen any bigger move. Okay, so the rest is almost sideways. So you saw that there's one impulse here back to the upside. Currently we saw two dojis, from here it may try to push back up, and that's where we may find, I think you can see here it's trying to form a potential bullish continuation pattern. But as coming up a dollar news, okay, so getting that rejection again. So as the dollar news coming, that will give us a clear idea of how the market might be doing. So here it is struggling to come down, up and down, up and down, and so with a bearish candle in this area, a long wick bear candle, we have 10 minutes to go for the news to come up, and with that 10 minutes, if we see the price coming below here, what I think we may see another retest and then possible rejection back. So this is this session's low. As slowly melting back to the downside, we may see that the price to come back here to retest this support. Hey, so can you look at Nasdaq today for change? You will look at, Ben, how did you find your daily resistance? I have mine lower. Daily resistance. So this is the daily resistance here. Okay, and we saw that from here the market has got rejected multiple times, and currently it's trending in the direction with this resistance. And what we can see here, forming series of lower high, it's a downtrend, and with this series of lower high formation, this is support, getting a reaction again from the support, so which is an important support here. Okay, so we see with the candle close pushing back up. Now this is a good move for potential entry, but we have only 7 minutes to go. So will we be entering? We'll be waiting. Let's wait, because the spike could just take again, the spread widens and the market just create an impulse here. So about 3350. Thank you very much. Nasdaq, I would like to see that. Nasdaq is 100. Here is what you can see. Nasdaq, looking at daily, this is a bull market. If we look at the weekly, first of all, looking at the monthly, there's a gap open and then bounce. Looking at the weekly, we can see that gap open, pretty strong bounce. Looking at the daily here, where you can see the market in this area, this is a daily support. 4-hour chart here, there is a sharp rejection to the upside. We can see an uptrending market structure creating series of higher high and higher low. So possibility for Nasdaq to potentially to remain bullish is higher, and we can see that it's a bull market, so we may see the market to trend back to the upside here. On Nasdaq, looking at Xauusd, looking at Xauusd from here, we can see that pretty sharp break from this long week rejection. And that being said, we can see that a rejection from here. So that rejection could lead that price to continue. Let's see, because there's a false breakout, you can see one move up and straight back down. So that might now bring that price again in the direction of the trend. Let's wait to see. We have only 4 minutes to go. We will be waiting for the spike, and then once the data has come out, we will have the opportunity for potential entry. But then why don't you trade Nasdaq anymore, sir? You need to yeah, I do analysis. I used to trade, but now more we focus on currency, on gold, that more volatile. If you guys want to trade Nasdaq, we can look at that. How many traders here trade Nasdaq? Can you share in the live chat? So Turner, you use anyone here use Nasdaq, trade Nasdaq? Gilberto, I do. Okay, I do. Okay, anyone? Okay, so I do. I started from Nasdaq. Yeah, okay, cool. here you can see it's whenever pushing back to the upside, getting that rejection, and just a moment, I don't, okay. Getting that rejection here with a bearish engulfer formation in this area, and with this bearish engulfer coming up in 3 minutes time, news. So we are waiting mainly for the news to see that potential trend here. Okay, so the way it has formed the price action here, it's just going up and down on the daily support level. And from this daily support level that you can see, so if you look at here, you can see this is the daily resistance line. We are having the news coming up in 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds ready, and once that been published, we should see some potential movement. The forecast was 52. What's the data here? 49.9. How did this impact? That gold has got a bounce. We see there is a bounce on gold, and that being said, this is a big long wick candle here. Okay, that has impacted the news fairly. So you should see that in this area, okay, so it's showing possible rejection or the choppy. We can see that there is a sideway movement. Let's delete all those lines. The market is at the daily support, and because it's a bull market, the bias still can be to the upside. So 4 hour here, the candle closed, and as soon as the candle closed, you can see that after testing the lower shadow here, the market has made its move potentially back to the upside. So it's possibility for a bullish movement in this area, and because it's in a bullish trend, with one doji formation. So for us to look for entry, it's a very crucial level. The market structure is quite chaotic in that area. The bias here is possibly to the upside. We had our first trade hit early with when we started the session. Now at the moment we can see the market, if you look at the 4 hour after the candle close, pushing up, and it may even remain in between this resistance and support as the market little in a range. With the NFP, we may see the market potentially to remain in a range, and with that range going on, very choppy on the lower time frame, we had one move and we have taken the trade. For the next move, for the next trade, we'll be waiting for a bit more stronger bounce or breakdown. As with the data has come out, we'll be waiting to see what kind of price action forming, and then based on that we will be entering into the trade. We are almost nearly to the end of this live session. I believe that guys you enjoyed the live session. We had one trade, I was looking for another one but still not showing up, so it's better to be patient. And again, this is NFP week as we discussed, and I will be coming on live again very soon, shortly, for another day. So tomorrow is very important day, Thursday guys. We will be trading unemployment claims in this live session, along with euro will remain volatile, and then followed by Friday NFP, right? So pretty big week, and I hope that you enjoyed this live session, successful live session. You learn from here. Make sure you stay connected by also joining the Telegram. You can find link below this video, where I'll see you again with another update or trade like that. So thank you very much. If you guys enjoyed, give a thumbs up, stay connected, and I'll see you again very soon trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.